Good evening, everybody. And hi, Jen. How's it going? Not too bad, not too bad. It is Monday, April 29th, otherwise known as the day before I turn 37. I know I look exactly like I should, which is about par for me. Very average. I'm even keel in most areas. That's about all. That's my riveting intro. Yeah, I know. 37. Pushing 40. What about that? I'm more aware of my age now. You know how you get older, you're up around 19, you can drink, and then you're in your 20s. And then before you know it, you're pushing 30. If you've lived, if you've gone out and had some fun, you realize, holy shit, my 20s are like gone. And it's kind of exciting. And then things kind of blah down. That's the word I'm using. I'm using blah down because I just came up with it right now. And then you get up into your late 30s now. 37. Just use it as an example. I have been thinking about it. I'm pushing 40. And I'm not going gray or anything, but I'm starting to feel it. Things that didn't used to be hard are harder now. So there's that. I'm not depressed or bummed out about it. I know. You know what I mean? I am aware of that sort of thing. So yeah. That's what's going on. That's what's happening right now. What's going to happen tomorrow? I don't know. I got a crappy day at work. What I think is going to be a crappy day. I'm trying to stay positive. But I got to go back to this place I've been to twice for a woodway blade. If you don't know what a woodway blade is, go have a look at that. It's the biggest friggin' treadmill. It's for skating on. It's for training hockey players and shit. I think just for training hockey players. And I've been sent out there twice to go do something I don't know how to do, and I have trouble finding out. Actually, I can't totally point the finger, keeping with responsibility and all that, because first time I went out, I did call somebody to help me, somebody who knows more than me about it, as you probably should in these situations. But I misinterpreted what he was saying. We just talked over the phone. We started talking about some other shit, and I kind of got distracted. What's up, Sean? How's it going? I should have fucking video called this guy, like FaceTimed him, and showed him exactly what I was fighting with. Because what I did after was not good. Kind of tore the thing apart. Made it... Basically, there's a shock in there, and there's a liquid in the shock, and I drilled the bottom of it and busted it open, and now it's leaking. Actually worse than it was. So yeah, I did that because totally missed out on what he was really telling me. Anybody ever do that? Yep. So I did that. I gotta go back. We got fucking pile more parts. But I am gonna have an extra set of hands. We've got a new service guy. Oh, it's not my car, man. It's a piece of equipment. And yeah. So there's a new guy coming. I gotta bring him. I have a welder. I don't know if that's what I need, man. But yeah. So I'm training this new guy. He's gonna be coming along. He's never seen a blade, so that'll be a nice thing. But it'll be an extra pair of hands. I don't know what this guy's experience level is or anything like that. But we'll see. We'll see. All I know is his name, and I'm going to go from there. But as usual, I got these kind of half instructions. Okay, you're going with him. Should I meet him there? Do I have to get there early in the morning to pick him up? And then I'm just going to meet him on the job, which, I mean, I like. Because I guess the office is doing day-by-day scheduling. Oh, jeez. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. But it was not a bad weekend. I actually took Friday off. Anyway, went not a bad weekend at all. Last night, let's get to it. Game of Thrones. Holy shit. The season's been hyped up. Rightfully so. This episode was hyped up. I was reading about it earlier. Apparently the battle scene had it's like one of what I read was it's the biggest battle scene ever done on TV or a movie. And after watching it, I can believe. Now, what I thought I was going to see was a lot of warriors in that, but it's a zombie battle, right? Oh, spoiler alert. I don't know how to put edits or anything like that, so I'm not going to. But yeah, it's a zombie battle, and so that's what a lot of it is zombie-looking people running and stabbing and crawling around. Hodor! Did Hodor show up? I don't remember seeing him. But a good chunk of that was pretty blurry, wasn't it? Yeah, there was a blizzard, that's for sure. But either way, it's pretty fucking intense. It's Game of Thrones, right? I genuinely thought closer to the end that everybody was fucking dead. I really did. Because they do a good job of fighting off. And the friggin' cocksucking Night King does this thing and raises everybody up. Well, now there's more. Because of everybody that's already died. So, and it just turns into just a wave. It's a goddamn tsunami. So anybody that's left is surrounded. You know, they're already beat up and tired, and they're trying to swing swords. And there was 6 people left. I don't know, 6 or 8 of the main characters anyway. But I won't give away the Pacifics, but they managed to pull it out. They figure it out. There, I don't think I'm spoiling too much. But I mean, really, if you're waiting the day after or 2 days later, stay off social media, tough crap. It's the biggest show ever. Yeah. If you're not on top of it, you're not on top of it. Everybody's talking about it. If you're on Twitter, you're going to see something. Unless you want to block the hashtags, or I don't even know if you can do that. Can you do that? Who knows? But yeah, I was convinced. It's Game of Thrones. Nobody's safe in that show. A lot of shows are, oh, well, that's the main guy. You know, he might get in tough spots, but he's going to make it. No. A ton of people friggin' die in that show. People you don't think are going to go, they go. I don't know if you're one of these dickheads that, I'm only on season 3, man. That's your problem. Yeah. The show's on for a couple years now. So if you're not on it and you're worried about spoilers, that's on you. Stay off the internet. Just gonna move my glasses around. Because that's how I do it. But yeah. Like I said, not a bad weekend at all. plenty of fun. I didn't go out. Well, I mean, I did go out. I got my birthday presents. Am I done talking about Game of Thrones? I'm still thinking about it. I'm holding back because I don't want to spoil, but you know what? Like I said, too bad. It's a surprise ending. It's pretty awesome. Fucking Arya, the little assassin warrior, pulls it out. You know, she gets trapped in the castle. There's the whole thing's chaos from the start. The way they do it's really well. It's slow paced at the start. They bring in. The music's bang on. You know, people are moving slow. Like, the generals are walking up. Everybody's getting ready. And, you know, the dragons are sitting. They kind of fly overhead. You know, Theon's guarding Bran because the Night King wants to kill Bran. That's what this whole thing's about. So he's out by the elder tree, you know, just doing his thing. I don't know, I guess he's not Bran, he's the three-eyed raven, but whatever. What else are you going to call him? What the fuck else are you going to call this guy? You know what I mean? But yeah. So everybody's getting ready. There's not a whole lot of talking. You know, slow movements. The music's setting the pace very well. And, yeah, it's off they go. The Dothraki going first and get just annihilated. Done. They basically run into a big dark shape. It's like, it's a wall of bodies. And the bodies eat them. And then said wall of bodies comes at everyone else. And that's what it is. It's like, it's a hill of these zombies that just fly at them. It's fucking intense. It's freaky. So the whole thing's like a big, Z Nation or whatever it was, the Brad Pitt zombie movie. You know, they move fast and they never stop. They crawl all over each other. That's what the first half is. But then they kind of, because I guess, you know, some stuff happens. The dragons blast a lot of them and they manage to put up some defenses. And then, so now they're inside and things tone down for a minute. Arya's in the castle. She's actually alone for a bit. So now we're into like the horror movie, avoid the zombie, waiting for the jump scare shit, which is fucking awesome the way they bring you through that. And it's, again, brilliantly done. You know, all the extras, the zombies when they're a crowd, they're pretty generic zombies. They don't really do close-ups on them because I guess they don't want to do too detailed in the makeup. But the ones that are in the building, when there's only a couple in the room, those are freaky. They do a really good job with those. They got the blue eyes, and you know, half their faces are gone, and they shamble and just kind of make noises. So yeah, she's trying to sneak through the fucking castle, and gets intense. And then boom, they break through again. So off they go. And yeah, that's when it really, really hits the fan. You know, the two dragons go after the Night King that's on the zombie dragon, and he kind of, they managed to knock him off. Because there's two of them. I mean, call it out as I try to fight two fucking dragons. They're gonna mess me up. Try to take on one. Hey, you know, it's a toss up. It's a toss up, I'll say. You know, that's a tough call. Could go either way. It's going to be a banger. But there's a chance. You throw another one on me, I'll be honest, I don't think that's going my way. They're going to pay for it though. So there's that. I am going to shut down the live feed now. Just give me a little pause here. Night all. So where was it? Yes. The dragons. Me fighting the dragons. Yeah, so they managed to get the Night King on the ground off his zombie dragon. And I saw this coming, Daenerys, Khaleesi, whatever. She's flying above him. Tries to torch him. Guess what? Dragonfire doesn't work. And like I said, I kind of saw it coming. And when she's flying over him and he just looks up at her, I'm like, he doesn't look worried. Gagoosh. Doesn't work. But it's fucking cool to watch. Those dragons are flying over, torching everybody. It's visually spectacular. This is the type of thing that makes me want to go spend money I don't have to upgrade my TV because there's some fuzzy parts. I'm not going to, but if I was going to go get one, I would go back and watch this basically right away. I mean, it's not like it's a high quality Blu-ray feed either. I have the Crave app, which gets me HBO, and I pull up the app and I play the show on my phone and cast it to the TV. I got the Chromecast plugged in, so there's that. And I mean, it works, but if we're talking high def and really getting into it, well, I don't have that. But it's still good. Still loved watching it. It's fucking intense. This season's kind of been the season of Arya. She's really made an impact. I'll say that. She gets up, she gets a little freaky, she wants to know what it's like. I mean, she's traveled the world, she's killed people, she never got the dick. Never got laid. Well, she took care of that and then went and whooped some ass. It's fucking cool to watch. She gets this cool weapon and just goes to town on some zombies. And yeah, good times. I'm going to pause for a minute. Okay, there it is. I know you guys can't tell, but I had to take a bathroom break. So, what else did I do this weekend? As I teased before, and I wasn't trying to, got my birthday present. My birthday present was going to see Endgame. That's the Avengers Endgame, which was fucking awesome. I loved it. I'll come out and say there's a couple holes in it, whatever. I loved it. It was great. It was, like all the movies, super entertaining. There's funny parts. There was super intense part. It's emotional. I'll say that. There's some parts where you're like, oh my god, this is happening. There's other parts where it's the good old laughs. And I'm pretty decent at figuring out how a movie's going to go before I see it. There's only so many things that can happen. I'm not trying to toot my horn, but I am. It's just, it threw me. The start was not what I thought it was going to be. It kind of was, but not really. I can't even say it kind of was. It wasn't. It was not what I was expecting. It threw me for a loop in a good way. Like I say, I'm very happy with the movie. Went and saw it with my daughter as usual. She got me the ticket, which is awesome. I was glad to go see it with her. Her aunt told me after it was all her. She'd been planning it for like a month. She looked up the tickets and got everything, figured it all out. So It was awesome. I went with her. It was. If you're hearing good things about it, there's a reason. I loved it, but I mean, I like these movies, so whatever. It did amazing. I heard it like crushed records and stuff. So I looked it up. So it brought in 1.22 billion globally in its debut. 357.1 million in the US and Canada alone. This smoked the previous 258 million that was set by, of course, Infinity War. So, yeah, it says Walt Disney now boasts the top 4 spots for domestic opening weekends, rounded up by Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. So Disney, I guess they own the Avengers and Star Wars. Not bad. Not a bad fucking idea. Holy Jesus Christ. Yeah, so it smoked it. It's just, I'd hate to be another movie out there trying to open with this movie out there. I may go see it again. Most movies, I can't hold my bladder. I have to get up at some point. I didn't drink my drink during the commercials. We got there nice and early, so we got decent seats. But we went Friday during the day. So there was like 10 people in there, which is like ideal, right? Pretty fucking awesome. I really enjoyed it. My daughter really enjoyed it. She cried. I didn't shed one tear. I didn't even come close. Of course not. Of course not. But yeah, enjoyed it overall. Of course there's negatives. There's weak points in any movie. I don't care how big it is. They do the time travel thing, which was actually kind of fun. There's always going to be some kind of hole or slip up or whatever, but they kind of address it too. There's like a discussion amongst them about the time travel, like, if you go back and you kill Thanos, would any of this happen? And Hulk kind of explains it, and Nebula agrees with him, which is actually kind of a funny scene anyway. So they kind of lay it down just to go, okay, here's what's up. We're doing the time travel thing. And, why not? How else are you going to do it? But yeah, the time travel parts were fun. It was a neat little way to revisit the other movies. Like you get to see what's going on after the first Avengers when they take Loki away and shit like that. Spoiler alert. Don't worry, I'll label this one. I'll call it the spoiler podcast. But just fucking good movie. Again, if I'm critiquing, I didn't like what they did with the Hulk. I won't get into details, but I didn't like it. I like the Hulk to be Hulk. He's a freaking barbaric animal. And he's fun, and when he gets going and does his thing, but they kind of make fun of that too. It's good, they involve like every character you've seen, somebody at some point, they're there. It's, you laugh, you cry, it's intense. There's the last, I don't know, probably hour of the battle scene. I just finished talking about the Game of War, or Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones battle, which was fucking awesome. This battle was just as awesome in a different way. Probably because I was seeing it in the theater, for one, which is great. This The battle scene in Infinity War is epic. I turned back into like a testosterone filled, excited teenager. Which is, there was at one point Thanos is really getting his butt whooped. I'm like, yeah, get him. I almost wanted to stand up and be like, fuck him up, get him, yeah. I got into it, which is really good. Yeah, just great movie overall. Captain Marvel's in it. Again, spoiler alert, she goes toe to toe with Thanos. If you don't see that coming, well, give your head a shake, which is a really fun part. They do like a mirror. I want to talk about this a lot, so why don't I? But yeah, she ends up, if you remember in, son of a bitch, I'm talking about Endgame. Infinity War was the last movie. I'm getting all flazzard. Another word I made up. I make up like 2 words every podcast, so. But yeah. So Endgame, Infinity War was what I was talking about before. So there's a shot in Infinity War, the last movie. That's the last one that set the record. Endgame, the last one, which is fucking awesome. So in Infinity War, there's a shot where Captain's fighting Thanos. He's like holding this big Infinity Gauntlet. And Thanos like struggles for a minute. He's kind of confused, but he lays Cap out anyway. Well, there's a parallel. Captain Marvel. She's in the same position. She's, fighting with him. Got the gauntlet. And Thanos tries to lay her out. Tries to headbutt her. And she doesn't flinch. Fucking nothing happens. So, and yeah, it goes from there. It's just really good from start to finish. They shock you in the beginning. They get your attention, pardon the pun of the snapped fingers, but they do. And again, pacing was well done. I did not expect the beginning. It's, they dive into it. They go into it. You think there's going to be a solution. They go out, they screw things up. This doesn't work and that doesn't work. And yeah, the plot, again, I'm pretty good at following plots and even predicting them. This one threw me. It really did. And sure, there's some holes in it. I could sit and pick those holes, but whatever. Also, it's a comic book movie. If you want to sit and go, it's unrealistic. This shouldn't happen, blah, blah, blah. Well, you write a better fucking movie. Jesus. Who am I arguing with? Nobody. I'm not arguing. Just saying, I'm not going to... I didn't like the Hulk part. There's some stuff at the end they didn't need. And, time travel's tricky. Overall, I give it a fucking awesome thumbs out of 10. So yeah, go see it. If you're not familiar with the Marvel movies, you're gonna have trouble with it. I would at least recommend go back and watch Infinity War, which was the previous movie. I did before I went and seen it. I watched it like the day before, just to rehash, bring things up again, and so that was awesome. Went and saw it with my little girl, which is awesome. We grabbed a bite and talked about it after, and she's got some problems with it. We'll get into it later. I have done what I've been talking about. I did go out. I bought a second mic. Tried setting it up today. I was hoping I wouldn't need a mixer, but I do. I read some stuff on the internet. I was hoping I'd be able to do it. Just kind of plug it into the laptop, but you need more of a setup, so I'm going to do that. That'll be all ready to go. And I determined, You know what? I'm just going to state by the end of the week, I'm going to have it set up. The first one will be with my daughter. We did one before, which is kind of fun. We're just doing it on the one mic. But it was interesting. So, yeah, go check that one out. Subscribe, folks. Listen, subscribe. Trying this out. I'm learning as I go. You know, I put the first 10-15 minutes up on my Instagram. You know, it's in my Instagram story. Again, John Winning 83. That's my handle. And yeah, I'm liking it more and more. Like I said, I'm getting more stuff. I'm learning some little tricks. I have a buddy / cousin, not slash. He's a cousin. He's quite apt in music production and makes his music. I'm going to sit down with him. We're going to hash some stuff out because I can go and buy all the equipment I want. And if I don't know how to use it, it's not going to fucking help, is it? You need help. It's always a good idea to get somebody that knows what they're doing to help out, give you some pointers. Yeah. So he'll be doing that. I'm going to have him on too. He might write some music for me, which would be awesome. He said he would, but he smokes weed, so he might forget. But anyway, we'll get there. Yeah, man. I am a movie buff. I like TV. I've mentioned this before. I like a good story. Doesn't actually matter the format. I love a good book, a movie, a TV show, a video game, an audio book. You know, I play Magic the Gathering, not because I'm great at it or, I mean, it's actually a little complex, but it's a lot of fun, and there's a story with that I love. I recently learned there's books on them. I'm going to be getting those. So this was a good week. It was fun. I took a day off. I took 2 days off. Anyway, that's a different thing. It was a good, fun week for entertainment. A good, fun weekend for stories. This is my thing that I love. So, I don't know if you can tell by the way I'm talking, but this is the kind of shit I really like. Entertainment, stories. Yeah. That's about, you know what? Funny story. Back to the movie Marvel's Avengers Endgame. If you ever watch the Marvel movies, at the end, whenever the credits are done, there's a cutscene that kind of hints at the next movie. I forget what they call them. End credits or whatever. Call it a preview. So everybody's sitting waiting because they do it in all the movies. But this is the last movie in this series, in this phase, they call it. So a lot of people are sitting like you usually do. And after a while, the credits are almost done, and one of the girls that works there walks up and goes, "If you guys are waiting, there's nothing at the end." So, so the whole place laughed. Again, there was like a dozen people in there, but I laughed. My daughter laughed. She'd been crying, so it was a good way to end it. Yeah. So, salutations. Thanks to the Marvel franchise and those movies. That was a really good way to end it off. I'm probably going to see it again. I think that's about it. Yeah. End of the week. I will be going into my next phase. Good night, all.